Hello there, sixth graders. Let's get started on this opening exercise so we can be thinking about our coordinate plane and distance between 2 points on the coordinate plane. So 4 friends are touring on motorcycles. They come to an intersection of 2 roads. The road they're on continues straight, and the other is perpendicular to it. A reminder that perpendicular means 2 lines that are going like this. The sign at the intersection shows the distances to several towns. Draw a map diagram of the roads and use it and the information on the sign to answer the following questions. So I would like you guys to work on this problem on your own for about 2 minutes, and then I'd like you to raise your hand and have me come check it. And I'm drawing this here because I want to give you a hint as to what it should look like. So what I want you to think about, where are these guys standing and where are each of the 4 different towns? So go ahead, draw out your diagram, and then answer a couple questions about what you think the distance is between these towns. And then lastly, the most important part to tie us back to what we're working on, if this was a coordinate plane, what represents the intersection of the 2 roads? Which point on a coordinate plane would represent the intersection right up here? All right, go ahead and give that a shot. Raise your hand when you're ready for me to check it out. Now that our brains are all warmed up, let's consider the points -4, 0, and 5, 0. What do the ordered pairs have in common? And what does that mean about their location in the coordinate plane? Well, what do they have in common? They both have a y-coordinate of 0. Just as you guys can see here, we got a 0 and a 0, and that's the y-coordinate. So that's only half of the answer to our question. What does that mean about their location on the coordinate plane? Well, if the y-coordinate is 0, it means we're not going up the y-axis. So that means both of these points are on the x-axis. So both on the x-axis. So how do we find the distance between 2 numbers on a number line? Well, that's mostly just addition and subtraction. So if we had our number line here, and we had 0 here, and let's say 1, 2, 3 here, and -1, -2 here. To find the distance between the numbers -2 and 3, all we've got to do is count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. The distance is 5. And so that's going to be the same thing when we are calculating the difference between points that are on the same axis. So we're going to go ahead and use that method to find the distance between -4, 0 and 5, 0. So let's draw us a number line. Boom, boom. We'll slap 0 right here, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then -1, -2, -3, -4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. The distance is 9. All right, go ahead and pause me for a sec, guys, and get all of this in your notes. Push play when you're ready to go on. Let's move on to our second example. So consider the line segment with the endpoints 0, -6, 0, -11. So our line ends, I'm going to draw my example down here. Our line ends at -6 and -11. So I would put 0 all the way over here. And then our endpoints, so the ends of each line, are found right here. So what do the ordered pairs of the endpoints have in common? Well, you can see x-coordinate is 0. So we're going to write it out. X-coordinate equals 0, which means they are both on the y-axis. Both on y-axis. So then really I should probably redraw my number line, because if they're both on the y-axis, then my number line should be vertical. Just so we're good and accurate. So let's see, we'll put -6 right here, and we'll put -11 down here. -7, -8, -9, -10. To find the line segment, you know what to do. Start at the beginning. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So these guys, these endpoints, the distance between them, 5. Our last example for the day is going to throw you a little bit of a curveball. So we have another line segment with our endpoints, -3, 3, -3, 5. And it asks you again, what do they have in common? And as you can see, their x-coordinate equals -3. Equals -3. So that means this is a vertical line, that passes through -3. So the location, vertical, goes through -3 on the x-axis. So the length of that line segment, easy enough. We know that it's vertical on the -3. So we can just ignore the -3 points and focus on the y-coordinates, which are 3 and 5. So we know that the distance from 3 to 0 is 3, and the distance from, see that mistake I made? The distance from 0 to -5 is going to be 5. So add those together, 3 and 5. The distance from 3 to -5 is 8. Alright guys, I want you to work on these exercises and draw me some number lines. If you need any help, of course, raise your hand. And once you're finished, go ahead and raise your hand so I can give you a smelly star, and then you can be ready to move on. Good luck!